The volunteers at the Democratic offices in the San Fernando Valley continued their Get Out the Vote effort until the polls closed. Then it was a celebration with guest speakers who addressed the excited crowd. Valley View News reporter Tiffany Miles brings us more on the event.
I went out to the Democratic headquarters in Van Nuys where people eagerly waited to hear whether their candidates won or lost. The Democratic headquarters in Van Nuys was filled with Obama supporters on Election Tuesday. Volunteers and community members continued to make calls up until voting polls had closed. Helpers were constantly reminded to, that's exactly what they did. Since August, volunteers have helped the Democratic Party of San Fernando Valley to make over 300,000 phone calls.
There's a lot of things on the ballot.
Councilman Eric Garcetti says he is happy to see people becoming more involved.
But it gives me a lot of faith that people haven't given up on this, that when people say everybody's cynical about politics, I'd say just come here and check this out.
Congressman Brad Sherman stopped by to say a few words.
A matter of minutes before they call Ohio or Florida or Virginia, any one of them, for President Barack Obama. And when that happens, stick a fork in it. It's done. And Mitt Romney can go back to Maine Capitol.
There have been over 600 people that have volunteered for the Democratic Party of the San Fernando Valley. 150 showed up on election night in order to continue making calls and to patiently wait for the verdict of the 2012 presidential election. Many supporters waited quietly, but once the final decision was announced, everyone broke their silence. Anthony Rinaldi is glad Obama was reelected.
Well, of course, I feel really good because I think it was no joke.
Democrats had expected the final decision to be announced later in the evening, but were surprised by an early result. They wrapped it up much sooner than they had planned and ended the night with a celebration dinner.